It sucks. It's definitely a process. It's probably like one of my least favorite processes, honestly, is setting up. Actually, it's not setting up, it's tearing down. I hate tearing down. That's the thing that I hate the most. I hate tearing down, so that's always gets me when we go camping. I hate tearing down. I hate tearing it down. It just sucks. But yeah, man. Let me know what you guys think on the truck. Again, this is built on the Ram ProMaster chassis. Now, in terms of these kind of vans and these kind of trucks that you're going to be building out, there's really only 3 types here in the States that you can really honestly look into, honestly. And that's obviously going to be the Ram ProMaster, and then you're going to have the Ford Transit line, and then you're going to have the Mercedes Sprinter line. I don't know about Mercedes per se. Like I said, the reason I wanted to stay away from the Mercedes is because, yes, I'm pretty sure it drives much better, much more smoother, but the maintenance, dude, the maintenance for the van, the Sprinter vans, is pretty insane, honestly. It's really, oh shit. It's really crazy when you think about it, honestly. They are super expensive. The thing that dissuaded me from getting the Mercedes, honestly, damn, what the hell? The thing that made me not want to get the Mercedes is simply because when I started looking at the maintenance for it, it was really costly, super costly. You're looking at like $3,000, $3,500 for your first service, and your first service is determined based on I think they're saying like after when you're driving, you have 3 levels of different services, and just depending on which one pops up, based on your driving and stuff like that, will determine what kind of service you need. And there's 3 different types, one being like a minimal, one being like a mid-tier, one being like a high-end, maintenance. And the smallest maintenance on it is $3,500. And so, they said that you'll probably reach that in the first like 5,000 to 8,000 miles. And I was just like, that is insane. And the thing that gets me is that if you don't get it serviced and like take it in and get it serviced, eventually it will completely limit your driving. Like it'll stall the motor. You won't be able to go as fast. It'll limit your speeds and stuff like that until you get it fixed, until you get it serviced. And so I think that's a little intrusive. And I was like, I don't like that at all. And so I decided, it's probably not the best idea to go with a Sprinter, even though they look a little nicer and stuff like that. Just not the best thing to do. So I decided not to do it. Other than that, man, the Ford Transit is awesome. But when you start looking into like companies that build out RVs, like Thor, you start looking at like I said, the different companies like Winnebago, all those different types. You start to realize that, Ford doesn't do a lot. They don't use a lot of the Ford chassis for those builds. And I thought that was really weird. And all you see is like Sprinters and ProMasters. And so, yeah, it was really, really weird, I think. That's honestly why I didn't go with the Ford Transit. I would have went with the Ford Transit, but like I said, they just didn't have, what was that? They didn't have anything available. Basically, if you want to build out a Ford Transit, I feel like you just got to kind of do it yourself. And there's other companies, like smaller independent companies that build out stuff. So you can always find one. It's just that it depends on what your situation is. So I do want to talk about this too. Hopefully the video doesn't cut off around 30 minutes. But I took a big hit when I got this truck, and honestly, I paid about $13,000 over what I should have paid, and that was simply because when I decided to go ahead and trade in my EV. I don't know if you guys know, I had the Volkswagen ID4 since 2023. And it's a great car and everything, but I did not realize how bad EVs would take a hit in this country, and they've taken a pretty big hit. So I would say anybody honestly looking forward to getting an electric car, I would seriously think twice and 3 times about it. My car this year alone lost 50% of its value alone, and that's simply because Volkswagen decided that they were gonna not make the ID4 anymore, and then all hell just broke loose, man. So the demand for the car is just so bad that literally, it was half of what I owed. That's how much it was worth. It was worth half of what I still owe. That's bad. And so I just decided I'm getting rid of it, man. I'm just gonna get rid of it. I'm just gonna get rid of it. And I already knew what I wanted, but I was just like, there's no reason for me to have this car. If they're not gonna make it anymore, that means everything is gonna be much harder to get when it needs to be serviced. I've had issues with this car. I've had issues with the car, even getting tires. It's so weird. Everything on this car when it comes to recalls and things like that, it's just I ain't gonna say it's a nightmare, but it's really inconvenient, and it sucks. So over the 3 years that I had it, it had plenty of recalls. You know, it is what it is. It's a good vehicle. Didn't have to pay for gas for 3 years. Amazing. Now I gotta pay for gas again. Which sucks. But you know, it is what it is. And yeah. Paid a little bit over for that. That literally put me at at 100,000 for this car. Paying over that 13,000 put me at 100,000 on this car, on this truck. And damn, like even then the deal was so good. I was just like, I ain't passing it up, man. So yeah, worth every penny. $100,000 truck. Damn. And like I said, could have went out. You know, the dually has been my dream truck for such a long time, but it's really not practical. One would argue that this is not practical, but for what I do, I think it's very practical. With the truck, I was looking at getting maybe like a fifth wheel or something. You know, hook up with a gooseneck or something like that to be able to pull a bigger RV and stuff like that. But you know, it's just not, to me, ultimately it's just not worth the hassle. You know, if we got a bigger RV, we'd have to go pay for storage and stuff like that. And it's not what I wanted to do. And I wanted a motored vehicle that we can drive around in. And this is my new daily, man. It's my new daily. It's enormous, but it is so fun to drive. I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah. What can I say, man? What else can I say? It's pretty powerful, but it is very, very heavy. I absolutely guarantee you, if you rode in a regular ProMaster cargo van with nothing in it versus one that's been built out, yeah, you're gonna feel a big difference in the weight of the vehicle. And that's why I said I want to do some suspension work, because you can definitely feel the weight difference in this car. It's very heavy. I think this car would do even better with the V8. But you know, it is what it is. Got plenty of speed and power to get to where you want to go. Just got to go slower, man. And people definitely see. So, like I said, I got to wash this truck today. It's got a lot of hard water stains on it, and I'm gonna try to get rid of that with the foam blaster. See how that goes. But yeah, man, super happy with the van. Can't wait to make content with it, you know, whenever I do. Yeah, I can't think of a better combination of this van and its capabilities, this truck and its capabilities, and then when we go camping with the actual tents, you know what I mean? Like I said, I have two 12 by 16 tents, 12 foot by 16 foot tents. We have 2 of them. So we have a ton of room, right? Ton of room to work with. It's just absolutely, I'm super excited, like super excited. As far as road trips go, I don't know about road trips yet. No, I mean, only practical road trips that I can see right now in the future right now is like when we go to Houston, which is about 3.5 hours or so away from here. When we go to Houston, when the girls have soccer games, that are like in Dallas and, you know, out of state and stuff like that. We're gonna use the truck, and then we're gonna plan a camping trip. I'm gonna plan a camping trip. Me and the wife are gonna plan a camping trip to Chain of Lakes this summer. That's going to be one of the big things I want to do this summer, is go to Chain of Lakes, and I'm trying to figure out. We just got to figure out, once we get stuff load things up, and decide like what we want to bring. I think we will. If we go to Chain Lakes, I think we're gonna pack light. As far as like, we're probably just gonna take one tent, because the wife really wants to stay in a cabin up there, because they have some really nice cabins, and so I think that is fine. But I also told her, I was like, well, if we do go, I still want to camp, so we'll get like a tent spot, and we'll just go between both of those. I don't care, because I don't really care for cabins. I don't know. To me, when I go camping, I want to be in a tent. Just how I feel about it. But yeah, we're gonna get that going. Chain Lakes is gonna be nice. I haven't been there forever, since I was a little kid. With my dad, so it'd be nice, very nostalgic, and nice to go check that out now as an adult with my kids. Yeah, can't beat that. And yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. I've contemplated some things. So, you know, it is what it is. We'll see. We'll see. But like I said, all the possibilities, endless. All the possibilities are endless with this thing. Still waiting on the plates. I gotta wait for the plates to come in. Got a temporary plate on there now. Hopefully it doesn't take them too long to get it, so we can get this thing on there. There's a temporary plate on the back, like I said, and just gotta get these hard water stains off of there, man. Like, even the windshield wiper won't take it off, even when you put the water on there. So I don't know what the heck they used on there, but it's annoying. I'm gonna have to like scrub it when I hit it with the spray foam, when I hit it with the foam blaster. But again, man, look at all the bugs that I put on this damn thing already. It's crazy. It's so big, man. It just hits everything. All the bugs that just hit it. Super nice build, man. Like I said, I can't wait. I think I'm gonna debadge it this weekend as well. I'm probably only gonna keep the Thor. I'm gonna take the motor coach off, the Thor on there. Probably take the Freedom Elite. I might leave one Freedom Elite. I might leave it on the back, maybe. I don't know. But definitely taking them off the side. I'm gonna take them off the side. And the reason being is because I'm gonna end up letting y'all know why. This is my vehicle, and I think what I'm gonna end up doing is make sure I brand it with my branding. So I think we might see some decals coming pretty soon for it, and you know, kind of make it unique. You know, at first I kind of wanted it a little stealth, which is nothing wrong with that, because there's plenty of people that I'm seeing now with these vans, and you can't even tell if they're work vans usually, or you know, people are doing the same thing. They're camping in them, or you know, they're using them to live in them. So it's really cool to see them around. But yeah, I think I want to, you know, put some decals on it or something, some custom decals. Like I said, I don't want it to be screaming, "Hey, I'm a camper," but it kind of already does because of the humongous AC unit on the top. I did not think that thing was going to be that big. I honestly didn't. I was a little disappointed. I'm only disappointed in the looks because it's really, really big, in my opinion. I might end up down the road changing it out for a low profile one. I just don't like the big bulky stuff on top of the van. Also, I went to Dunkin' Donuts this morning, and I was a little nervous to go through the drive-thru because I wasn't sure if, I know the van will get through the drive-thru. It's like 9 foot. I think it's like 9 something is the clearance, but I was nervous about the AC because I'm like, that might put it over the top. I don't know how tall this vehicle is. I need to check. Another thing I should have checked before I got it, before I started looking into these vans. So there goes mine. Hey, what's going on, man? So.
Pretty much, yeah. I ain't buying anything visible anymore. It's just something. It should be included in the tuition. That's like
That was my guy. That was my guy, David, man. Yeah, he was talking to me out the van, man. He loves it too, man. He loves it too. Absolutely crazy. But anyways, guys, I've been yapping too much. I had to just go. Just caught up with my guy there. And I'm gonna get cracking on this truck, man. And then we're gonna go take the bike out for a while because it feels so bad. It's been a little while, guys, since I've washed Suzuki. The Suzuki is dirty. It is on the tender though. It is on the battery tender, so it should have no problem starting up anytime soon. I'm gonna have to replace the stock battery pretty soon though, because it is absolutely, I think the battery's starting to go out now. I think it's starting to go out in a bit, so we'll figure that shit out and get this thing popping. All right, catch you guys in the next one. Peace.